Part 5, Found, Retirement, Chapter 41, Back Home. Adam walked back inside his pottery studio thinking, it's nice being back in Louisiana. I like all the green and humidity. It's almost tropical. Tara hates the heat, but I love it. It gives me an excuse to wear nothing but an apron when working in the studio. Tara, I found another case of liquid cleaner in your dad's section of the shop. Unfortunately, some melted through the container and leaked on the shelves. 3 years back in our hometown, and we're still cleaning things out. I thought we would have cleared out all the hoarded stuff by the time we moved back in, Adam said. Well, my parents grew up in the Depression area. They learned to keep everything, Tara said. I guess, but when you hoard stuff until it becomes useless, it seems too much. Like that case of washing powder that turned into a solid sitting in the shop. There's also that brand new generator. It was still in the box, and the rubber parts just disintegrated. Finally, it looks like your mom kept all her old pantyhose. I mean, we got a 33-gallon trash bag full of old pantyhose. They could have used them to tie up plants and flowers. Your dad's allergic to pollen. He hates flowers. True, but they had it anyway, just in case. I think you inherited that hoarder gene. When we moved here, I couldn't tell you'd been coming here on weekends for 6 months, cleaning. Everything looked the same. I did a lot. It's just hard to tell. Well, I'm glad your dad let me clean out those few rooms in the shop so I could set up a pottery studio. It's taken so much money and work to make it what we want. Most of it was really needed, like the new roof, and then the concrete patios. Of course, that's not including the concrete in the shop, because it only had a dirt floor. Don't forget the central air and heat. Oh, that's right. Why was there only a small unit for the add-on bedroom, bath, and kitchen? Because those were the only rooms they used. They didn't want to spend money heating and cooling the rest of the house. That was a chunk of money. New central AC and heat, along with new ductwork and insulation, and then had to rewire the shop for a pottery studio, the new kiln. There's not much money left from the sale of our house in Arlington. It's all gone to make this house livable, and I still want to get a greenhouse. You worry too much, Adam. We're doing fine. I've got my massage business, and you're selling your pottery. Now you're the president of the local art gallery, and make money from sales there as well. If we're getting too much behind, my father can give us an interest-free loan. Oh, you're right. I worry too much. Having our own businesses is nice, but I hate all the taxes. Another thing I hate is not having health insurance. I may have to look for a job with an employee health insurance program. We are getting older, and we might need it one day. Health insurance would be nice. Everything will work out. It always does. And that's true. It always does work out, but that might be because I do work. I put in the effort and people recognize it. I never do the job minimum. It's how I went from being newsletter editor to secretary, then president of the oldest and largest artist co-op in Louisiana, each year getting more responsibilities. Thinking about cleaning stuff out, I need to clean up your father's automotive section of the shop. It's a nightmare. He's getting unsteady walking, and he's almost tripped a few times in there. I don't know. That's been Dad's shop all his life. All his tools and things are there since his new wife won't let him bring them over. She knows he would start cluttering up her place, so he has to keep everything here. Well, I wouldn't get rid of anything valuable, just the useless things, like empty boxes that are coming apart. I could at least clear a path to the workbench. Your dad could come over and watch me. I won't throw anything he wants to keep. Maybe. You need to talk to him about it. Okay, I'll ask him. Adam turned to return to the shop. Wait, you said something earlier about doing work at your grandparents' house? What do you mean? Tara asked. Do you remember when I told you about a friend of some cousins? His name was Mitch, and he took everything out of the house because it might flood. I congratulated him for doing a good thing. He even took the appliances. However, when I went back there last week, I discovered the water running in the bathtub and feces on the toilet handle. My grandparents have been dead for a while, and he's the only one who's been there. The drain in the bathtub rusted and water soaked all into the wood floor. And water's also rotted the cabinets next to the tub. The bathroom needs to be ripped out and redone. Even the floorboards and joists under the bathroom need to be replaced, Adam said. Well, maybe you can get your cousins to help. I don't know. My cousins would like the house maintained because they paid Mitch to remove the furniture due to the potential flooding. The money was also to fix it up, but he took everything and never did any repairs. I've tried talking to him, but he won't return my calls. I even left a message saying I was going to go visit. He refused to answer the door, and I knew he was home. I can't ask my cousins to help after they paid money to get this done, and nothing happened. It feels wrong. Well, what are you going to do? Mom said she would pay for the repairs. My brother and I can do the work, but it's a lot to do. The weather's starting to cool, so that'll help. Doing pottery and working at the gallery a couple of days a month gives me plenty of time to go down there and work. That's true. You could stay for a week and then come back here on weekends if needed. I bet you're wanting to do this so you can run around there naked. Adam winked at Tara as he spun around wearing only an apron. That's an idea. It is on a dead-end road, on an island, in a swamp, within the Mississippi floodplain. It's in the middle of nowhere and backs up to a national wildlife refuge. It's about as isolated as you can get, but no, I'm going to wear protective clothing. I'm going to be sawing, hammering, and doing other repair work, so I need protective clothing and eyewear. Oh, good idea. Are you still glad we moved back here? Tara asked. Yeah. Although it's taken me this long to distrust from my job in Texas, I finally stopped having nightmares about that job. It took a long time. I'm glad we're back here also. I miss the shopping and restaurants. What I don't miss is the traffic. Well, same here. I don't miss the traffic. I've got to finish a few things, then I'll be back in to take a shower. Adam pointed to his apron. Hey, at least this way, there's not so many clothes to wash and less clay going down the drain. I can just rinse the apron outside and let it hang dry. Should take me about 30 minutes to cover the wet wear and clean up a bit. All right. Adam returned to the pottery studio and began end-of-day cleaning. I am glad to be back. Feels like I'm on the right path. That's crazy, because I abandoned my college degree and the perfect job. Why does this feel right? At least we're here if our families need us. Her father and his new wife are only half a mile down the street. Her brother's 5 miles down the road. My parents are 3 miles down the street, and my brother's 20 minutes away. All relatively close, considering you drove an hour in the DFW area just to go out to dinner. It's all working out. Chapter 42. Pink House. Sitting naked by the fire pit, alone in the middle of nowhere. No moon, no city lights, only starlight. This late in the year, looking up and seeing the center of the Milky Way, I feel closer to home right now than anywhere else I've ever been. Home. This isn't home. Why do I feel like this isn't home? This planet isn't my home. This reality isn't my home. Adam looked around and smiled. It's just me, alone in the dark. I literally am crazy and alone in a dark world. I'm always saying that, and here I am, living it. That's funny. It was nice of my cousin Mindy to buy a stove, refrigerator, and king-size bed. I wish I could have seen her face when she discovered nothing in the house, not even a toilet. We've been sleeping on the floor while doing repairs. Come on now. More mosquitoes? I'm giving them more surface area to suck on. It's time to get back inside. Adam looked up one last time before heading inside. Help me to understand. I don't understand why I'm different. I miss you. I love you. Adam had said similar things many times before when looking at the stars. He was homesick. Adam crawled into bed. Oh, this is nice. A cool night. Comforters on the bed. No wife. No cats. Nothing. Then Adam heard rats running in the walls into the attic. Well, just me and the rats. They have free reign since the newspaper from 100 years ago stopped being insulation. Now it's open space for them to run. I did find that snake skin in the attic. Probably a rat snake. I hope it's still in the house. Adam grinned. I'm betting not many people wish for a snake in their home. Yep, I'm different from everybody else. Adam's head whipped to the left as he lay in bed. He was almost afraid to move, fearing a neck injury. There was no other sound as Adam turned his head. Nothing in the room. He looked at his phone. 10 p.m. He got out of bed and looked around the house. All the doors were still locked. He stood in the bedroom doorway. What was that? Well, there was a sound and a flash of light. Hitting me on the right side of the head. Felt like a gunshot, but I'm okay. Nobody's here. It's someone else. Did an entity just hit me upside the head? Adam opened his senses. Nothing in his immediate area. Then Adam felt it. Depression. Hopelessness. A gunshot. Oh no. Did I just feel someone kill themselves? Someone I know? Perhaps it was someone like me. No, I'm not going to look. I don't like looking. I don't want to feel that. I'm going to go back to bed. Adam couldn't get back to sleep. Why am I like this? These things are happening to me. First, it can't be real. Then it gets confirmed. Hearing things when I'm just about to get to sleep. Then it keeps happening when I sit up wide awake. Like last month, when I was going to sleep, I started to hear people scream. Seeing in my mind people screaming on the side of a riverbank, screaming for relatives drowning in the river, and they couldn't help. They could only watch as their families drowned. They were left screaming in pain for their loved ones on a riverbank. I got out of bed and even went outside to check. No one was there, and still the screaming wouldn't stop. I finally had to project an image to the side to disassociate me from it so I could get to sleep. I later told Mom. She got chills. She told me that this thing happened in the river in front of this pink house. My grandparents' home. This older house. The older adults had crossed the river when it was high, moving fast. The teenagers crossing with the babies. The boat flipped and they were all drowned. The parents and relatives were left on the bank screaming. What I was seeing and hearing happened. I say I'm crazy, but this stuff happens. It's real, and I can't talk to people. They ridicule me, but Mom didn't this time. She listened and knew the story. I hope to talk about it more one day. Maybe people will understand, but not now. Adam woke the following day and made his usual hot tea, Earl Grey with honey and creamer. He sat in the swing on the front porch, watching water drip off the roof. The morning sun shone on the porch. The area is low within the Mississippi floodplain, so the humidity is always a little bit higher. This morning, the dew is dripping from the roof as if it is raining, wet grass sparkling. It would be mostly gone by 10 a.m. and dry by noon. That sound. Hey, a boat. Someone's getting an early start. Adam looked beyond the one-lane road in front of the house, past the tree line to the river. It was a fishing boat with two men heading downstream. It was rare to see a boat along this river, so when one came by, you looked. All right, that's enough. I've got to get this day started so I can get back home this afternoon. Adam stepped inside, cleaned his cup, and then pulled on coveralls. He picked up a notepad from the table. Today's to-do list. Put the tin back around the house. Check propane tank level. Pick and clean radishes. Turn off water to the outside sink and faucets. Empty trash. Put Uncle's rifle in the car and return. Double check the house before leaving. This should be the last time I need the rifle. We're purchasing our own guns this week and taking the concealed carry class the following week. Not much longer. Adam was inside washing the final bits of dirt off the radishes. He liked picking the vegetables last, trying to keep them fresh longer. There were more radishes than could be used. He would drop some off at his aunt's as he passed through her town on the way home. He could give some to his brothers and parents. There was plenty to go around. Adam saw a truck drive by slowly as he looked up from the kitchen sink and out the window. It was Mitch. Crap, not again. Adam left the kitchen and went to the bedroom windows. There was Mitch in his truck, turning into the side yard, then driving into the backyard. Adam watched as Mitch circled the house several times, then left. Really? How many times is that now? He's wrong if he thinks he's scaring me. I have this rifle, but only have it because my uncle and the nearest neighbors wouldn't let me come down here without a gun. I don't even own a gun, and that's why they insist that I take theirs, to protect myself. I'm beginning to believe what they said. They heard that he was telling shady characters that he wanted me dead, that they should kill me if they had the chance. Why? What did I do other than repair this house? Maybe he really did want this place for him and his friends to do drugs. I don't know. But my wife is also in danger when she joins me here. Something needs to be done. I can do something. He walked into the washroom, removed all his clothes, and stepped out the back door. He walked through the backyard and into the field. He felt closer to nature when he was naked, closer to his friends, closer to something else he couldn't define. He looked up, feeling the sky, the stars beyond, and the universe itself. Hello again. Adam felt a breeze across his skin. He looked around. The sun was shining with a few clouds moving overhead slowly. Trees stand tall in the distance. It was a perfect moment. Thank you. Thank you for this moment. This is beautiful. My words are inadequate. I wish I could tell you how grateful I am for everything. Thank you's not enough. Adam was sincere. He was open and honest when talking with these friends. However, Adam not only had to be honest with his friends, but he also had to be honest with himself. I'm fortunate to be here at this moment. You've given me this small, unimportant being so much. I love you. I'll always love you, no matter how dark it gets. And I need to talk to you about something dark. I don't know what to do. Mitch has threatened to kill me, and I'm afraid he might hurt my wife. He's been caught stealing from here and stealing from neighbors. He's been harming others. Is there a way he can be removed from this path if he continues hurting people? I hope he stops. Can he be removed from this life if he doesn't? Is there a way he can get another chance to get it right? I don't know what else to do. Give him another chance in another life? Adam looked down. He felt as if he was floating. He was a drop in an ocean of reality, separate and yet part of the whole. I don't know. Something needs to be done. Can you help? Please? Adam walked back to the pink house and got dressed. It was time to go home. He put the rifle and radishes in the car. Taking out the trash was always last, and it was done. He walked through the house, performing one final check to make sure the doors were locked and that he did not forget anything. It was time to drop the rifle off to his uncle, then deliver some radishes to his aunt. He could then head home. He would provide radishes to his brother and parents later if they wanted them. He looked back at the house one last time before leaving. We've all called it the pink house, but it's not pink. It's more of a salmon color. It needs to be painted. I'm going to paint it bright pink. The most brilliant pink I can find. Townsfolk should be able to identify it quickly then. I can say to the folks who fill out the propane tank and that it's the pink house. Perfect. I'm painting it bright pink when the weather warms. Adam picked up the phone. Hello? Adam said. Hi, Adam. It's Mom. What's up? I had to call and tell you that Mitch died yesterday. He was walking out of the house and fell over dead. They don't know yet, but they're guessing heart attack. Wow, I just saw Mitch driving out of the pink house less than a week ago. You told me you saw him driving around and that you would not mind if he died so that he couldn't hurt anyone. That's weird how things work out like that. But it is weird. I'll let you know when I find out about the funeral arrangements. Okay, but I'm not going. There's been too much friction with that side of the family. If I show up, something's going to happen, so it's better that I don't attend. Okay, whatever you think. I'm going, and I'll let you know how it went. Okay, thanks. Bye. Bye. Mitch died suddenly, less than a week after I asked. How is that possible? I keep saying I'm crazy. This can't be real, but here it is again. Reality responding again. I don't understand. Why am I so different? I must be crazy. Crazy and alone in a dark world. Chapter 43. Do It Now. It was 2019, and Adam was 55 years old. He had his own vending business for 5 years before turning it over to his nephew, filling machines with sodas, chips, and candy. It had been good exercise and left Adam with plenty of time to spend a night or two at the Pink House. With his nephew taking over the vending business, Adam could help with his father's business. He got a monthly check to manage the day-to-day affairs and work with customers. Adam's brother did all the paperwork, so it worked out well. Adam had even more time to spend at the Pink House. The strange happenings continued daily in Adam's life. His crazy little world spiraled around his everyday life. Then Adam started getting odd impressions, which others would later describe as guidance. "Tara, I'm home." "Okay. Was the drive okay?" "Yeah, no problems. It's so hot out. I pulled the tomatoes along with the cucumber vines. The peppers are still doing good, though." "Well, that's good. You know how I like to get a fire going in the fire pit out back and sit naked looking at the stars? How it feels like I'm being pulled off the ground toward them?" "Yes." "Well, this time I started getting this weird impression, almost like a voice in my head wanted me to put out videos of my experiences. Isn't that crazy?" "I don't know. You know more about that stuff than me. Do what you think you need to do." "Something has wanted me to put my strange experiences out there for the world to see, and I'm thinking, hell no. I'm crazy, and now I'm supposed to let the world know I'm crazy. You're the only one that knows about this side of me. I've stayed hidden all my life, and now I'm supposed to expose myself? Well, not like I don't expose myself when I run around naked at the Pink House, but this is different. I don't do any of the social media stuff. I don't post stuff. I don't even know how to make videos." "What are you going to do?" Nothing. I'm not going to do it. It's too crazy to think about it, even for me." "Well, all right. I know you're tired when you get back from doing all that work at the Pink House, so I picked up salads for dinner." "That sounds great. Thanks. Think I'm going to sit here for a little bit after the drive before I do anything else." "Okay." Adam was tired from his trip as usual. It was a lot of field work, and he couldn't handle the heat since he got heat exhaustion a while back. He needed to stop. It was life. Life was good. But this nagging in his head would not go away. It was getting more insistent as Adam continued to ignore it. "Put videos out of your experiences." There it was again. The nagging impressions are now becoming a voice in his head, growing stronger every month. It was October 31st, 2019. Adam was now 56. He loved this time of year. So much of the green around him went to sleep, but the stars became louder, like now. Standing naked in the backyard of the Pink House looking up at the Milky Way, he felt himself becoming lighter. His being wanted to fly to somewhere else. Yeah, he loved this time of year. "Put videos out of your experiences. Do it now." That last part rocked Adam. He had to sit down. Whoa. I felt that last part throughout my body. Do it now? Oh, God. I don't think I have a choice. But I don't want to do it. People will find out and lock me up or something. I'm supposed to volunteer to be ridiculed? To be locked up? To be hauled away in a straitjacket? I don't think so. I'm not going to do it. Adam went back inside. "Hey, I didn't know you would be up," Adam said, passing his uncle in the kitchen. "Well, I just wanted a snack, then it's back to bed." "Oh, I'm heading to bed right now. Good night." "Good night." I'm glad my uncle moved in. This place needed someone to live here, keeping the pipes warm in winter and keeping away anyone who might steal from an empty house. Works out great. He was ready for bed. It was peaceful here. Perhaps it was because he didn't have 5 cats wanting to snuggle around him every night, and then getting in fights early in the morning as they try to wake him for food. It was only for a night or two. Tomorrow was the drive back home, back to the wife and cats. He had already forgotten about the voice yelling, "Do it now." Adam slept late. He got his stuff together, took out the trash, and then began the drive home. He only stopped once. It was at the donut shop in the next town. He needed coffee and a bag of donut holes for the drive. Put videos out of your experiences. Do it now. Damn it. It's so powerful. It's echoing in my head. Seriously. No, I'm not going to do it. Stop it. Put videos out of your experiences now. Adam looked up at the sky and felt something more. Something beyond the sky. Adam said, "Are you going to keep doing this until I give up?" "Fine, I'll do it. Is that what you want?" The voice stopped. Adam felt a sense of peace. I must create videos of my experiences. I don't know how, but it seems I don't have a choice. Crap. Someone's going to see this and lock me up. I've got to do it, knowing I'll be locked up in an institution for the rest of my life. All right. If locking me up is what you want, then all right. I'll figure out how to do videos and put them out on the internet. Something's happening. I don't know what, but I don't have a choice. Something I must do. Great. Just great. The trip took a little over an hour and a half. Then there was that voice. It only stopped after Adam agreed. Then, of course, he had to tell his wife once he got home. "Tara, I'm home." "I'm doing laundry." "Do you remember when I said something about a voice in my head wanting me to put videos out of my experiences?" "Yeah?" "It's gotten very insistent. It's yelling in my head, 'Do it now.' I don't even know how to make videos to put online." "Well, people make videos all the time and put them online. You click on something when you open the phone's camera and make it do a video. Then you just record and upload. It's supposed to be easy." "Okay, I'll check it out." Adam returned to the living room, pulled up the phone and opened the camera app. There it was. He pressed record and started talking. "Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing." He stopped recording, then found the video stored in photos. He clicked, and it played just as he had recorded. Tara walked into the living room and sat down. "It worked, Tara. It's easy to record videos. I'll have to figure out how to upload, but I don't want them going to anything popular. The voice in my head said put videos out of my experiences. It didn't say it had to be on the most popular site on the internet. I still don't want a lot of people seeing it. I'm going to see if I can find another site. I'll have a look around." Adam said, "I found something called BitChute. It's located somewhere in the United Kingdom. I kind of like that it's not the United States. It looks to be privately run and operates with donations. I know I could put them out for free, but I'd rather pay $10 per month to say thanks for hosting videos. I need to create an account and figure out how to upload. I don't think it's going to be hard." "What are you going to name the site?" Tara asked. Adam thought for a bit. "I'm going to call it Just Me, because that's all it's going to be about, just me talking. I'm not expecting anyone to see these videos since I'm not creating content for clicks. Just putting stuff out there because I don't have a choice. Don't be surprised if someone watches your videos. You never know." "Well, true. The site is small, so it won't be that many. Maybe this way I won't be hauled off to an insane asylum. Do you want another salad tonight? I can go pick up something." Let's go eat there. I'm a little freaked out about creating these videos and could use a change of scenery." "All right. I know you've driven a lot lately, but would you drive?" "Sure." The next day, Adam began recording videos. It was rough at first, and most of the early ones were deleted. He knew nothing about audio or lighting. He only knew to press record on the phone, then upload to the site. So he decided to break the videos up into 3 categories. He could give each video a character and number to keep them in order. G would be for general. CB would be for country boy, for videos done at the pink house. SH would be for strange happenings, where he talked about being crazy and alone in a dark world. He would try to keep them short, around 5 minutes, because people will lose interest. After all, he was not going to be funny or teach anything. It was going to be Adam talking about his life. Nothing more. Adam uploaded his first video on November 19th, 2019. He titled it G1, Good Morning. G being for general and the number 1 because it was his first general video. It was 2 minutes and 15 seconds. He uploaded his second video the same day, CV1, for his first country boy video. He titled it, Relaxing Naked in the Middle of Nowhere. He waited a few days to upload his first Strange Happenings video. It made him nervous about opening up to others, opening to the world. On November 12, 2019, he was ready after several false starts. He uploaded SH1 titled Strange Happenings Remembering the Matrix / Simulation. It was about these memories he had from before he was born, being somewhere outside of time, helping humans through a holographic matrix, then being told to become one of them, being born different from everybody else because he remembered. He put videos out daily. The Strange Happening videos were the most important. He put them out in chronological order, the best he could remember. Things that have happened since he was born. Living in a haunted house. Fights with dark entities. Discovering lost souls and showing them the way home. Seeing through walls. The coincidences and electricity. Even his 2 rounds with suicidal depression. They would learn how he felt crazy and alone in a dark world. That he was lost in the dark. He would put most of it online, but he couldn't put out everything. It was too much for Adam. It would be too much for others. Do you want to watch a movie? Tara asked. Sure, Adam said. Well, what do you want to watch? Well, we've not seen Dr. Sleep. I think it's supposed to be a sequel to The Shining. We like that one, so we might also like this one. We can buy it from our streaming video service. Was there a book? I don't know. All right, let's get in and watch. They began watching. Then Adam turned to Tara. That's it. That's what it's like. Hearing what's in people's heads. They got it. The movie continued. Astral travel? Finding people? They got it right. I don't know how, but they got it. I didn't get anything like this from the first movie. This is how things work for me. How did they know? Oh my God. The movie ended and Adam turned to Tara. They got it right. I don't know how, but there's someone else like me. There has to be for them to know all this. This was something new. Adam had been creating videos about his past, videos about actual experiences. This movie was current. It just happened. It was time to start moving from historical stuff to what was happening now. Something was happening, and Adam could not explain it. He had been opening himself up on these videos, and then a video found him. There must be someone out there like him, but he couldn't be sure. It was just a movie, after all, a work of fiction. It could all be fantasy, but how did they get it so right? It was beginning to dawn on Adam that maybe, just maybe, he wasn't alone. It was almost Adam and Tara's wedding anniversary. They didn't have plans. Instead, they would probably do what they were doing now, sitting in their recliners, eating dinner, and fending off their 5 cats as they watched the movie. Tara, I'm getting the strangest impressions. Like what? It feels like something just happened to someone I know, someone close to me. It feels like the person's trapped in a wrecked car. The person made one last attempt to get unstuck, and it failed. The person's dying. So like they're sinking into darkness. Do you know who it is? No. You know I don't like to go out and get a closer look. It gets to be too much when this sort of thing happens. Maybe I'll get a phone call in the next day or two, and then we'll know. That night, Adam had terrible dreams. He was usually a lucid dreamer. He always knew when he was dreaming and could manipulate his environment. This time was different. He was not in control and had been caught up in these bad dreams. There was no phone call. Everything seemed okay, except he was bored because his business was closed due to COVID-19. The state had shut down almost all family-owned businesses, and Adam had nothing to do. He was sitting watching television while Tara had gone grocery shopping. Adam felt a presence entering through the living room door. He turned and looked. A human entity, not a dark entity or a lost soul. It was a soul, but not lost. Adam could feel it. It was curious and wanted a tour of the house. It seemed to know Adam and wanted to visit for a short while. Adam couldn't make out who it was, but it was friendly. He would open up to this entity. Adam expanded his consciousness and let the entity feel him. "Hello, I'm glad to see you." "Hello, I wanted to stop by and see where you lived. Can you show me around?" "I'd be happy to show you around." Adam stood up and began walking from room to room. "This is my man cave, which is on the opposite side of the house from the bedroom. I call it that because it's the room with the only closet I get to use in the house. My wife uses all the other closets. This is the second bath, and then there's the guest bedroom. Next, this is the kitchen, then the main bedroom." The entity remained silent during the tour and only spoke once they returned to the living room, where they started. "Thank you. Goodbye." "Goodbye." Adam told Tara what happened when she returned from shopping. "You don't know who it was?" "No. It was male, but I couldn't get details. I don't know why I couldn't see it clearly." "At least it was friendly." "Yeah. I hope I didn't scare it open up as I did." "It doesn't sound like you scared him. I'm sure it's okay." You're probably right." 2 days later, the COVID-19 restrictions were relaxed and businesses were able to open at reduced levels. Adam's family business held a meeting to discuss handling all the extra cleaning and occupancy requirements. That's when Adam learned that one of the security guards at the business had died. He died in a single-person car wreck the same day Adam felt someone dying in a car wreck. It was the security guard Adam had become friends with and felt die. The guard had wanted to come over and see where Adam lived. He wanted to visit the pink house Adam had told him about, to stay one weekend and practice shooting, maybe fish. I felt him die and recorded it on video before I knew he died. I put it online at SH38 and then as SH39, Astral Visitor. I know people will never believe me when I talk about my crazy little world, but it's recorded on video. It's real, and no one understands. Adam looked up and said, "I wish I knew what I am. I wish I wasn't alone." He had asked the universe what he was and told it that he didn't want to be alone anymore. Then things began to move faster in Adam's crazy little world. Finally, he received an answer 1 month later. Adam was mopping the living room floor when words began appearing in midair. Adam couldn't tell if they were there or if he was only seeing them in his mind. They were moving, shimmering, forming sentences. He grabbed a pencil and paper. He began writing what he saw. Be honest, be gentle, be kind. You can avoid that arrogance trap. You are an expression of creation, a living being created to experience creation, a part of the one consciousness. Your body's only a vessel, is temporary. You need to realize the truth. The truth will help you understand who and what you are. Adam reeled. He knew the truth when he heard it. He was telling him who he was. Images and concepts filled his mind. Memories of the times he heard the voices telling him to put out videos of his experiences. Everything that had happened and was happening now. Then he saw the name of his entire video site, Just Me. The words merged as the T vanished. Finally it turned into a single word. Just Me. It's my name. It says everything about me, what I am. From the beginning, I created the site for these videos. It's been there the entire time. When I see things around me, I see parts of myself. It's all just me. It's all part of one thing. It's even the way I announce myself when walking into my parents' house. I call out, it's just me. I have a name. Adam stood there, unable to move. The universe is spinning around him, alive, aware, connected. It was several minutes before he could move again. Chores were done for the day. He needed to think about what had happened. He wrote it down. He couldn't deny it. He needed to make a video. It might be some sort of mental disorder like megalomania or Christ complex. I've heard those terms, but don't know anything about it. Maybe I am crazy. Well, if I am crazy, I'm documenting it, and perhaps some psychologist can use this as a lesson in what not to do. I have no idea what's happening, but I will document it on video. Chapter 44, Forgiveness. It was an odd feeling. Adam had a new name. Or was he remembering his original name? He only knew the strange happenings in his life were moving faster, like when he helped his nephew on his vending route a few weeks ago. His nephew noticed when Adam told him there was a parking spot up front for him, so they wouldn't have to carry the supplies so far. It was hidden behind a large truck, but Adam insisted they continue down the aisle. It was there waiting. Adam told his nephew not to park where he stopped because the fire truck would be called and needed this spot. When they came back out, the fire truck was in that spot. Adam also mentioned how the rain would start and stop for them as they did their route. That's when the nephew asked if Adam could teach him how he did these things. Adam said no, because his nephew was not like him. No one was. Day by day, the coincidences began happening more frequently in the month since he saw those words floating in the air. He knew the truth, and those words were true. Adam was human, but also something else. He felt it, and knew it to be the truth. Why couldn't others feel the way he felt? Why was he alone in this? It didn't matter. He could live with it. After all, he had lived with loneliness all his life. Adam was sitting in his recliner scanning videos, looking for people reacting to his favorite movies, when a "You Are Not Crazy" title popped up. Intrigued, Adam clicked on it to watch. A lady talked about how some people can see and do things differently from others, how they may have a closer connection to something out there, how it makes them feel crazy and alone. She created this video to let them know they're not crazy or alone, how many of them feel homesick for a place that is not here, that there are groups of people that get together and talk about it. Adam thought she was talking directly to him as she spoke. She was telling him there are others out there like him. He is not crazy or alone. The video ended, and Adam realized his mouth was hanging open. She's telling the truth, and she knows. She knows what it's like. I'm not alone. There are others out there like me. Tara, come in here. You got to see this. What is it? This lady. She's like me. She says there's others out there like me. This is her channel with all her videos. Sit down. You pick one to watch. It feels like something's happening, and I need you to be here. All right, let's see. I'll click on this one further down page. It's called The Claires. Do you know what this is about? No? Sounds like a movie about high school girls. The lady on the screen said there are different psychic abilities some people call the clairs. Clairvoyance is when people see other places and spirits. Clairaudience when people hear things that others can't hear. Clairsentient is when people feel something like truth and energies. Finally, claircognizant is when people know things like what will happen in the future. Tara turned to Adam and yelled, "That's you! That's you!" The lady on screen was describing clairvoyance in greater detail. Some people can see other places, spirits, ghosts, or as some people tell, entities. Adam's mouth was again hanging open. "That's you! That's you!" Tara said, turning to Adam. "How you hear things that are not there, like when you heard the screaming on the riverbank. And then your mom told that story." They continued watching, Adam's in disbelief. "That's you! The way you feel things and know the future." "I know. I'm not alone. She says there's others out there. I wonder how many there are." "Wow. I picked that video out of all the random plant and vacation videos." "Something's happening. I don't know what, but things are moving faster." "You could try to contact her. Unfortunately, New Zealand's a bit far away to meet her, but you could put something in the comments." Hey, you're right. God, I'm so nervous. I could start out with a simple thank you for the video. Hey, how about a grilled cheese sandwich for dinner? Sounds good. It was difficult for Adam to comprehend. He was not alone. She knew about some of the things in his life. She saw other places and even entities that frightened her. She heard things that were not there. She knew. Adam pulled out his laptop and found her channel. He wrote a simple thank you in the video comments. Maybe one day he would be confident enough to talk about the strange happenings in his life. This was a start. He didn't feel so alone anymore. The next day, Adam searched for a channel to watch more videos. Maybe he could learn more. Perhaps even talk to her in the comments below. He couldn't find the channel. He spent hours searching by name, title, and subject matter. He learned there were a lot of videos on psychic abilities, but her channel was gone. Did she delete her channel? Was it removed for some reason? Did she ever exist in the first place? Tara confirmed seeing the videos and had even tried searching. The channel was gone. He continued searching for almost a week before giving up. Everyday life interrupted his immediate viewing of more videos. He still had the pink house to mow and maintain, along with his own home. He had his job at the family business and was helping both their families as needed. He had also been doing some repair work at his brother-in-law's house. Watching videos would have to wait. Adam felt the beginnings of his usual migraine headache, so he kept medication at home and in every vehicle. He had his first one when he was a teenager, so he knew the signs and took some medication to help ward it off. Ugh. A long hot shower might help. It helps my sinuses and these headaches. Tara's at work, so I can use all the hot water in the tank. Adam closed the bathroom door so the steam would build up in the room. He got undressed and stepped into the shower. Adam felt like he was stepping into a glass enclosure. That was something Adam didn't consider when they replaced the shower. They were practical and selected simple with no pattern white walls. It would be easier to clean. Adam was thinking functional and did not think about what would happen with these smooth, flat surfaces. Adam looked around as he stood in the hot running water. He saw through every flat surface to other places, and these walls were as flat as you could get. Flat and white on three sides. He saw something like Central Park in New York City, but he wasn't sure. He was standing in the park with skyscrapers in the background, people enjoying themselves, and there was Adam, standing naked on the grass, people moving all around him without seeing him. It was always like this with flat surfaces. He was used to it, but it was much clearer in the shower for some reason. Maybe it was because there were three solid white surfaces closely surrounding him. He didn't know why, but he saw more than just the park. He was also seeing entities. Perhaps they were spirits or ghosts, like the lady on the video talked about. He always saw them when he was looking through flat surfaces. He would see his landscape barriers, but a strange overlay always showed these entities residing on another plane of existence. Only in the shower did he see an additional level. It seemed above the others, and there were beings watching, and they were not human. They didn't do anything other than stand at a distance and watch. Ah! Adam grunted. The world around him was collapsing. The floor, walls, and ceilings were being pulled into him. He grabbed the shower rail, steadying himself. Ah! It was too much. Adam fell to his knees, still holding the shower rail. He felt his hand on the rail, but the world was gone. His mind expanded past Earth, past the solar system, into the universe. It was alive, and he was part of it. Be honest, be gentle, be kind. You can't avoid that arrogance trap. Adam heard it, but there were no words. Instead, it tore through his mind with concepts and images, what it meant to be these things. Tears were flowing as Adam tried to breathe. You are an expression of creation, a living being created to experience creation. He was moving through the universe at incredible speed, feelings of joy in one area, feelings of sadness in another. It was alive, and it was part of the universal living consciousness. A small piece was sent to Earth to have the experience of living this kind of life, a mortal life. Memories from before he was born filled his mind. It was pure and would not be denied. You are part of the one consciousness. Your body's only a vessel. It's temporary. Adam felt himself being pulled back to Earth, through the atmosphere and back into his body. He was having difficulty breathing. He was back in his body, but still connected to this vast consciousness. Concepts about planes of existence flooded his mind. Concepts of life and how everything is connected. It was too much. Adam couldn't comprehend the information coming into his brain. You need to realize the truth. The truth will help you understand who and what you are. The ground below Adam evaporated. He fell, yet his mind was still connected to this consciousness downloading information. He fell into the same park. He felt the people. Before he had only seen people. He was now getting their emotions as well. The feelings of everyone he saw came flooding into Adam. His body was transported into a nearby building, a family eating. He felt each of their emotions. His body was transported into an arena, overwhelming emotions. Mucus poured out of Adam's nose. His body was transported to a large funeral. So much sadness. Adam began crying uncontrollably. It was too much. Things he couldn't comprehend running through his mind. The emotions were not ending as he went from one person to another. It was all their emotions together. He was connected to every person on the planet. He was part of the universal consciousness. He was feeling all the people on the planet. He was them, and they were he. That's it. The key to forgiveness. Every good and bad thing that's been done throughout time, I'm capable of all that. It's all me. Just me. Just me. My name. It's more than a name. It's the truth of myself. It's all just me. I look at another and see myself. It's just me. I've got to forgive myself for all these things. Adam was crying again. He was forgiving himself for what he had done in this human form, forgiving others for what they had done to him, forgiving others for things that they had done because he was capable of everything they had done. It was as if he had done it himself. A wave of gratitude and peace washed over him. He let go of the shower rail and collapsed on the floor, half in and half out of the shower, the water still running. Adam slowly recognized the world becoming solid, realizing he was lying on the floor. The information stopped, but the overwhelming emotions continued. Slowly he pulled himself up as the emotions began to fade. Finally, he managed to turn the water off. He made it out of the bathroom and dropped onto the bed. He grabbed a pillow and curled up. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What happened? So much information in my head. I can't understand it. So many emotions from everyone. It's too much. Did I have a stroke? Am I dying? Oh my God. Adam lay there for an hour as emotions dwindled. Then finally, he got up and made his way into the living room. He grabbed a blanket and curled up in his recliner. He was stunned and done. So dazed by all the information spinning in his head, he didn't know if he would ever understand it. Tara walked in the living room door and found Adam curled up in the recliner. She knew something wasn't right. What's wrong? Adam told her everything. I'm going to go out and get some comfort food. Maybe that'll help. I'll be right back. I'm so lucky to have a wife that accepts the craziness that's my life. Thank you for letting Tara and I find each other. Thank you for showing me how to forgive. Help everyone else to understand. We all need to help to understand. Thank you. Tara returned. The food helped, but not as much as her presence. Adam was glad she was there and didn't ask too many questions because he would not know how to answer. Do you want one of my sleeping pills tonight? Definitely, yes. I think I'm going to bed early tonight. I can't focus on television right now. That sounds good. I'm tired anyway. Adam woke the following day feeling much better. The emotions from everyone had faded. However, there was still so much information in his mind. He didn't understand any of it. He had a few errands to do today. They would only take a couple hours, and then he had the rest of the day to think about what happened. The day was like any other. He cranked his truck and began driving down the street. Wow, wow, wow! His barriers were gone. He was seeing through the road. Something innocuous allowed him to live life without seeing what was truly happening in the world. The landscape barriers were gone. Adam was seeing real places. He was also getting the emotions from the people he was seeing. That never happened before. Adam pulled into an abandoned gas station not far from his house. I'm seeing everything and getting the emotions. Shit. In the shower yesterday, my landscape barriers, they weren't there either. I saw the real place from the start. Then emotions came pouring through. It's still happening. I've got to record this on video. Adam left the truck running as he pulled out his phone and began recording. You know how I talk about seeing through roads? How I see through any flat surface, but I keep a landscape barrier up to protect myself because there's so much out there it's hard to handle? Oh, the barriers are gone. My landscape barriers are gone. Wow. Just wow. I didn't expect that. I didn't know what would happen. I didn't know that would happen. I really did not know. I can handle it. Wow. I didn't expect that. I just didn't expect that. I had to pull over. Not far from my driveway right now. Not even got on the main street yet. I was just going, wow, 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 wow. I just got in the truck and started driving. Wow. I didn't expect that. Okay. Okay. I can handle it. Oh my God. Wow. Oh wow. Oh, the future's going to be interesting. Adam stopped recording as he tried not to look at the road. He found it a bit difficult not to look, though. His eyes kept being drawn to it, and it was wearing him down. All the people's emotions were hitting him every time he saw a flat surface. It took him a couple hours, but he was finally finished and pulled into the driveway. He would make another short video and combine it with all that happened. The video would include what happened in the shower, realizing his landscape barriers were gone, and then this final bit, thanking the universe. He did not know what the future would bring, but he was grateful that he finally learned to forgive after all these years. He went inside and began editing the videos. It was August 18th, 2020, and this video was going to be SH55, titled, Learn to Forgive Everyone Across Time. As he uploaded the video, he thought, no one will realize the impact this moment had on my life. It's a turning point. It's the thing I needed to learn while I was here. It's the thing everyone needs to learn, and I don't know if they'll understand. It doesn't matter. I'm grateful it happened, and I need to share this. Wow. It was hard for Adam to get to sleep that night. The emotions of others haunted him. He woke around 3 in the morning as usual. This time it was because he needed to pee. Returning from the bathroom, he got a shape out of the corner of his eye. Did something move? Probably one of the cats wondering what I was doing. He crawled into bed, pushing the cats aside. Wait, the cats are in the bed. What moved? Adam looked to the small light on the baseboard, illuminating the entrance into the bedroom. It dimmed. Adam saw it. A large shadow moved, and the lights dimmed in the room as it progressed. The illuminated clock on the dresser was covered as it moved in front of it. The shadow was big, with what Adam thought was yellowish blonde hair, with some red burning like flame. It looked familiar, but he couldn't remember. It's got hair. It's got blondish red hair. It's gone punk? I've never seen that before. Is it starting a trend? Yeah, every shadow out there will follow because it's creating a trend. Adam watched it as it crossed the room and went out the window. The security light in the backyard turned off. The shadow re-entered the room, and all the other shadows started moving. Adam didn't sense their presence. Instead, he saw them with his physical eyes. There were so many now, looking at him from the foot of the bed. I've never seen so many. I've dealt with shadows before. I know how to survive this. No fear. I can't let myself feel any fear. I must be solid. It's going to be a long night, having to stay awake and constantly be on guard. Adam felt one of the smaller entities trying to slip a sliver of fear inside him. It was a sliver, hardly noticeable, but it would be enough, and Adam had to stop it. He thought to the entity, "You try that, and I am going to incinerate you." The entity stopped. The shadow took a step back, as if thinking about what to do next. The sliver of fear was gone. It's going to be a long night. 15 minutes later, another set of entities entered the room. It was hard for Adam to see them. They were enveloped in a shimmering bubble outlined with gold sparkles. Adam could only guess that if the first shadow entities were negative, then these entities seemed to be positive. These shimmering ones seemed familiar. Had he seen them before? Adam saw two transparent cylinders, glowing gold, surround him. There were symbols etched into the cylinders, rotating in opposite directions. As the symbols turned over each other, waves of warm energy entered Adam. Oh, this is nice. It feels so good. Like being under a warm blanket on a cold day. This is nice. Adam let himself feel the healing warmth for a few minutes. Stop. Wait. You're opposites of each other, but you're part of the same thing. Different sides of the same coin. The cylinders vanished, and Adam sat up in bed. The two sets of entities began fighting. There was no sound, but Adam could see contact being made and energies flashing between them. Adam whispered, "Stop. I'm not ready. I need more time. You're both okay. Go your own way. Just be yourselves." The entities stopped fighting and looked at Adam. They were leaving in opposite directions. Then finally, they were gone. That wasn't a dream. I started seeing the beings as I was coming back to bed from peeing. I'm sitting up in bed right now, wide awake. I'm not asleep. It was real. God, I'm tired, worn out. I don't think I'll have any problem getting back to sleep. Adam fell asleep as soon as his head hit the pillow. He woke at his usual time the following day. He went to the kitchen and made a cup of hot tea. Oh, it's hard to move. Feels like I've been beaten. Wonder if I have any bruises. What was that last night? They seemed familiar. I can't remember. It's so strange. Why were they here? Why did they stop fighting when asked? I mean, I'm nobody. These strange things are happening faster and getting weirder. It feels like something's about to happen. So strange. Adam sat in his recliner drinking his hot tea. He was not going to think about it anymore. He had his tea and was enjoying a slower morning. He might even have a second cup. Chapter 45. Emerald Green Armor. Adam woke around 3 in the morning. He'd been doing it for decades. It was normal. He lay there, letting his mind wander past his house and into space. Information stored in his mind began to unfold. He saw space as a neural network, and his mind was connected to it. Time stopped as it fell into black holes, creating memory nodes. The holographic nature of the universe. The tiniest quantum bit reflects the larger whole of the universe. This idea is mirrored in the saying, "as above, so below." Then he saw a waveform flowing through the micro-quantum and macrocosmos. It was the same waveform underlying everything. Was this consciousness? He turned to follow a waveform and found himself in orbit around Earth. There were random points of light, not the yellowish color of city lights. These were starbursts of white light. He felt as if they were people. Perhaps they were like him. He moved away from Earth, It saw a barrier held together by a seal. It was the consistency of dried clay, not yet fired. It was fragile. He could crush it easily. He recalled times he broke barriers or seals in homes as he walked through without permission. No, it would be reckless to break it without knowing more. Adam let himself drift back to sleep as he looked at points of white light. Tara, I had the strangest experience last night. I woke up around 3 in the morning like normal, but it was like I was wandering in space this time. It felt like some of this stuff that was downloading my brain was opening. Adam told Tara about his experience as he grabbed a few items to take to the pink house. A seal around Earth? Maybe it's a quarantine seal. Aliens might have put it there to let others know Earth has COVID-19. Stay away. They both laughed. Quarantine? That's funny. I don't know. Things in my crazy little world have been moving so fast lately. Feels like I'm on a train about to hit a wall. I don't know if the wall is solid or paper. Feels like a decision needs to be made. That decision will determine if the walls is paper or solid. Will the train continue or crash? I don't know what it means. Guess you'll have to wait and find out. Don't forget to take that extra set of coveralls with you. And take my car instead of your truck. It gets better gas mileage. Got 'em. I'm heading out. I'll be back tomorrow. There's not much to do, so a one-night stay should be enough. I'll text you as I start back. All right, see you later. Adam got in the car and headed to the pink house. He turned on the radio and began to relax. Finally, Adam could open his senses and feel the ground beneath him, the plants, the air, and the sky above. He loved this part of the drive. What's happening? Adam's hands were on the 10 and 2 positions on the steering wheel. His fingertips were tingling. It was as if gloves were slowly being pulled onto his hands. He focused his senses on his hands. He saw emerald green points overlapping one another, moving up his fingers. They were sparkling with a flash of silver as each point connected. What is this? I can physically feel it happening. Emerald green sparkling with flashes of silver. It's like scales, slowly moving up my fingers and now starting to cover my hands. Adam was watching both the road and his hands. His fingers and hands are now covered in sparkling green emerald points. Silver flashed from between the points when he flexed his fingers. It felt like armor made of emerald green crystals. But that's not possible. There's such thing as scale armor, but not crystal armor. It's like armor made of scales. It's almost to my elbow now. I can feel it moving. Why is this happening? Like, that music. I've never heard anything like it. It's beautiful. Adam looked at the display. It read, Chosen One, by 2 Steps from Hell. Huh? I'm not a chosen one. I'm nobody. That's so strange. 2 Steps from Hell? What kind of group name is that? Adam laughed under his breath. That group name might be a little accurate. Feeling crazy and alone in a dark world? That this world is hell and I want to go home? I love it. But no way this music is trying to tell me something. It's my ego wanting to be more than I am. The music is beautiful, though. I've got to find out more. The emerald green armor continued assembling itself as it moved up his arms and onto his head. Then it began moving down his chest, waist, legs, and feet as the music played. Finally, the song ended as the armor completed. It's real. I can feel it. It's like emerald green scale armor with bits of silver. It's all around me. I've never felt anything like it. Armor? I didn't have armor in all my fights? All those fights with entities? It was just me. No armor. No weapon. Just me. Adam laughed. Just me? No, just me. It's always been just me. That's insane, even for my crazy little world. Things are moving so fast I can hardly keep up. Pressure's building to do something, but I don't know what. Armor? What am I supposed to do? Why is this here? Adam knew the armor meant he had taken another step forward. Perhaps it was learning to forgive everyone for everything throughout time. Maybe it was when he accepted the darker side of himself, all the horrible things humans do. He felt it. It was part of his nature as well. He had forgiven himself and accepted it. He had felt this second etheric self since puberty incorporated into his physical body. The two parts of Adam were one. Was that why the armor appeared? Adam didn't know. He could only guess. He continued thinking about what happened as he pulled into the pink house, changed clothes, and began mowing. He finished a few other maintenance chores and took a shower. Now clean, he could relax on the couch and search on his tablet for that music he heard. He found the song and listened to it online. That's odd. This isn't the song I heard. This other link says the composer didn't like how it sounded. Didn't like how Chosen One sounded. So he removed it from the initial album, changed it, and put it on a different album. The song I heard on the radio is called L'Appel du Vide, but the display showed it as Chosen One. That's a strange screw-up. Adam found both albums online and purchased them immediately. It was his first digital music to ever buy. He listened to one of the albums as he ate dinner. It was like nothing he had ever heard before. He rightly guessed he would be purchasing more in the future. Unfortunately, it was late and he was tired. Listening to more would have to wait for the drive home. He crawled into bed and woke around 3 as usual. This time he got out of bed because he needed to pee. That being done, he returned to the bedroom and stopped at the side of the bed. There was something under his feet, a sound like growling, combined with the hissing of exhalation of breath. Great. Something's under the house, directly under the bed. It's not a dream. I'm still standing up and not in bed yet. It's fine. It's not like the entity's fighting at the foot of my bed. It's just sound. I'm going back to sleep. Adam crawled into bed, but the sounds didn't stop. Growling combined with a strong exhalation of breath. Adam's sinuses were clogged from all the debris kicked up by the mower, and he was getting annoyed by the sounds. Adam said, "All right, aliens, or whatever you are. If you're going to be here bothering me, could you at least clear up my nose so I can breathe? Something so I can get back to sleep with all that noise you're making? Jeez." Adam did finally get to sleep. He worked the following day, gathered his things, and drove home. He played the new albums through his phone as he went home. He thought about the sound last night. That could have been a bear. The house is 3 feet off the ground, and a bear could fit under there. It's like a cave. The bear growled, and the breath sound could have been fur rubbing on the joist. I've got to go with the most logical explanation. I bet it was a bear. It's been a strange couple of days. That sound last night, and this emerald green armor around me, so strange. I don't think I can take it anymore. So much pressure bearing down on me from somewhere. I just got this emerald green armor 3 days ago. Things are moving so fast. It has something to do with those entities fighting in my bedroom that night. What was it I said? I need more time? When did I say I needed more time? I said that. Why did I say that? It's almost like I needed to make a choice. Do I choose the shadow beings? Do I choose the shimmering beings? Yeah, that's it. I must make a choice. I'm glad Tara's not home. I'm freaking out. Adam got out of his recliner and stood in the middle of the living room floor, looking beyond the ceiling, letting his senses open to the universe. Adam spoke to existence. It can't wait any longer. There's no more time. I don't know what's going to happen. I have to choose now. He felt that all the years of his life brought him to this moment. This decision would change everything. It would determine his future. Adam felt the presence of both sets of entities waiting for him to choose. I don't choose either of you. You're both parts of the same coin. like the two sides of myself incorporated into one body. I choose that higher consciousness that's beyond both of you. I choose to serve the source that comprises all existence, the source beyond time, beyond love, beyond perfect joy, the one that's always been there for me, helping me, guiding me, the one in my fragmented memory, the source that creates all, then all returns to source. That is my choice. The train broke through the paper wall and continued forward. The entities were gone. Images appeared in Adam's mind of a baby opening his eyes for the first time. Was he that baby? Only now, making a choice and opening his eyes. He recalled a memory from before he was born. Two life paths were spiraling around each other, falling and getting the impression that you can learn a lot by taking the lonely, darker, and less explored path, if he survived. He was 56 years old. He had survived to make a choice. Adam smiled and felt something beyond his comprehension smile with him. Adam saw a flash as he sat back down in his recliner. He looked at his arm. The armor was clearer. The emerald green scales were more like crystals. He looked closer. His senses moved inside the armor. The silver he had seen before was from the inside. The outside of the armor was emerald green crystals, but the interior was polished silver. It was like a mirror, reflective. The silver is a mirror on the inside. So if I take these dark entities inside myself, are they trapped by their own reflection? Is there something more? Like the holographic duality of the universe, how the micro and macro are reflections of each other. I have no clue. Huh? Adam said, looking up. I have no idea why this armor is here. God, I could use somebody to talk to. Adam couldn't explain any of it. He wished he could find someone who knew about this sort of thing and help him understand. I need to make a video about what just happened. The following number on the list is S869. It's September 24th, 2020. I'll simply title it The Choice. I wonder if anyone can comprehend the impact this is having on me. All my life came down to this single moment. I think I made the right choice. Chapter 46, Starseed. Adam said, I can't find anything of interest on television. Well, you know it'd be worse if we had cable. Refresh the video site. See if there's anything new, Tara said. He flipped through the titles to a video about spiritual awakening. Well, that's new. Sounds kind of weird like me. Well, watch it. You never know. Adam and Tara began watching a young man talk as he leaned against a tree. He said there was a spiritual awakening happening right now. Then he said that many starseeds started activating within the last 5 years, that they were souls born into a human body. He said they had come to Earth to help wake others up to a new reality. He continues saying starseeds have psychic abilities, that they can feel the emotions of others and energies around them. Some can see and communicate with entities. They must not give in to fear. That starseeds can use thought to manifest things they want. The veil of forgetfulness envelops them when they are very young and they forget about being a starseed. Are you listening to this, Tara? Not really. I'm on my tablet. They're using a term I've never heard before, starseed. I've been putting all this kind of stuff on video. It sounds like I might be what he's calling a starseed. But he's moved on to another topic now. I wish he would say more about starseeds. Well, you have your tablet. Look for it on the internet, Tara said. Good idea. Adam opened a browser on his tablet and entered starseed in the search bar. A lot came up on starseeds. I love the term, but I've never heard about any of this. How have I never heard of starseeds? I clicked this link. And there have been 3 waves of starseeds. The first wave happened about the time I was born. There's the second wave of younger adults. The third wave is children and babies being born now. There's a lot on starseeds. It says there's 3 waves of them, and the first wave was around the time I was born, Adam said. Well, what else? I don't know. I'm still reading. It's saying starseed souls come from other planets, other galaxies, and even other planes of existence. The first wave went into a world of darkness, unable to comprehend consciousness. They were the pioneers creating paths for future starseeds to follow. They would try to be of service to others, but were often ridiculed. Those early starseeds couldn't understand other people. Many did not have friends, get married, or have children. Many suffered from depression and committed suicide. They felt crazy and alone in a dark world. He's talking about how they felt homesick for a place not on this earth. Tara, everything in here matches what I've been saying about myself. I even have videos documenting this stuff. How is that possible? This stuff can't be real, can it? How did they know all this? Well, maybe you really are Starseed. You said there was a lot more. Keep reading. I'm going to do an internet search to see if there are any video on Starseeds. Yeah, there's several videos. I'm not going to take time to watch a long video right now. I'll just read some of the comments. Some of the commenters are talking about psychic abilities, how sometimes they can hear people's thoughts. Several in here are talking about something called remote viewing. They've taken classes and practiced meditation, then can remote view other places. That's like seeing through walls, but mine's always on. Every time I see a flat surface, I see images and get emotions. It never stops. Here's another comment about how that person cried when looking at stars, wanting to go home, and home is not Earth. Another said they just realized they were Starseed, and how happy they are to join the world of freaks. These comments are great. This one said they're happy to join the world of freaks. That sounds like me. A freak. That term Starseed. God, there's something about it that feels right. I can't explain it. It kind of makes me want to learn more. Everything's on the internet. You can probably find everything you want there. True. I'm going to keep searching. I'll view these videos later. Oh, wait. I need to make a video on this. You know I'm putting out my strange happening videos as they happen. Well, yesterday I looked up to the universe and said, I sure could use somebody to talk to. And today I found about starseeds, that I might be a starseed. And there are a lot of others out there exactly like me. I think I'm going to find others like me. Maybe even talk to them one day. I wouldn't be surprised, Tara said. Ugh, I am nervous just thinking about talking to someone other than you about this. So much on the internet's fake, and this might be fake. I don't know, Adam said. Well, do more research. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Yeah, you're right. First, I need to make a video. Can you believe this is going to be my 70th video talking about strange happenings? I'm going to call this one Starseed. It's great getting everything done and still having time to ride my four-wheeler through the fields. I can't think of anything else to do here at the Pink House. It's rare having this much free time. Adam rode around the crawfish ponds, then through the back part of the field. This part of the field is used for hay, so the ground's more or less level. Adam felt something, then stopped. Time froze, but he could still feel the warmth of the sun. Memories and concepts flowed into his mind all at once. Memories of him opening a door and finding a green lady asleep. She had been asleep for a long time. He gave her his heart, and she gave him something green in return. He loved her. He had always loved her. Knowledge, understanding, wisdom. There's that voice again. It's right. That's what I've always asked for. I've even included those 3 things on the very first page when I created my video channel. Those 3 words have been with me the whole time. Concepts in my head that she is related to Earth. The life force or consciousness of the Earth? I'm a freak. Just like the comment on the Starseed video I saw 2 weeks ago. Things are moving faster now. I learned through trial and error. I listened to my intuition. Right or wrong, I'm going to do it. Adam turned off the engine and stared to the side of the four-wheeler. He opened his mind, sensing everything around him. He felt the earth beneath his feet. Adam got on his knees and placed the palms of his hands on the ground. He felt his heart, felt love. He mentally held it and felt it leave his body on the way to the core of the earth. There was a flash and something green was returning. He felt it. The emerald green armor with polished silver mirror on the inside felt it also. It woke. Not sentient, but aware. It was reacting to Adam's thoughts. The armor was responding to Adam's thoughts. God, things are moving so fast. It's like I'm swimming in a riptide and being carried out to sea. It's a good thing I've been swimming in these waters all my life. I'm a good swimmer. You go with a riptide using enough energy to swim parallel to shore. Eventually you get a break from the riptide and swim back to shore if you have enough energy left. I'm going to go with the riptide, not losing sight of the coast. Adam cranked the four-wheeler and drove back to the pink house. He went inside, grabbed his tablet, and sat on the couch. Oh, cool. My favorite video person put out a new one 4 minutes ago. Good timing. Adam's mouth fell open as the video talked about swimming in the spiritual waters and how you can get pulled out to sea as if in a riptide. So much can happen at once the person gets overwhelmed and lost. That person can end up in a mental institution if not careful. It's like a riptide. You go with it. You don't fight against the current. Try staying parallel to the shore without losing sight of it. And then if you have enough energy, you can make it back to shore. The coast is real life. Family, paying bills, friends. That's crazy. All this was just in my head. I was thinking about how this is like swimming in a riptide. It's all being said in this video. Figures. Another one of these crazy riptide currents is pushing me along. Oh, that's enough. I've got another headache. I think these are happening more often. I'm not going to die from old age. I'm going to die from taking all these headache pills. Ugh. It took a while with the headache, but Adam finally fell asleep. He woke the following day. No headache. The drive back home was mostly uneventful, except for an impression that kept repeating. Regardless, he made it back safely to find Tara sitting in a recliner on her tablet. I'm back, Adam said. How was the trip? Tara asked. Fine, I got everything done. There was one strange thing when I was out in the field. I got these memories and impressions. I thought of all these strange happenings moving so fast, like I'm in a riptide being pulled out to sea. Then I saw a video saying the exact same thing. Another coincidence. Well, that is weird, but that kind of stuff always happens to you. Yeah, it does. On the drive back, I started getting more impressions. The answer you're looking for is in one of your books. There it is again. This time is a voice in my head saying the answer you're looking for is in one of your books. I have no idea what it's talking about. I don't have a question. How do you find the answer to a question you don't have? Well, we got rid of most of your books. Hopefully whatever you're looking for wasn't in one of those. You could look through what you have left. Adam grabbed a book from the bookshelf, sat down, skimmed through it. Nothing. He grabbed another. Nothing. This continued for several hours, and he was about 3/4 of the way through all their books. Finally, he picked up a hardback book, missing the protective cover. Adam sat in the recliner, about to open the book, when it flung open. Adam turned to Tara. Did you see that? Did you see that? This book opened by itself. I didn't do anything. No, I didn't see it. I was watching television. Adam began reading the open pages. It was about Sophia, a universal female consciousness that left a piece of herself on Earth as a gift to humanity. She was knowledge and wisdom, leaving humans the gift of understanding. That's what I've always asked for. Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. I even put those exact words on my video channel the first day I created it. Then that voice saying the answer I was looking for was in one of my books. The green lady I gave my heart to at the pink house, and she gave me something in return. Is that Sophia? Knowledge, wisdom, and understanding are all connected to her. The book opened by itself directly to the page dealing with Sophia. Oh, this is a strong riptide and I'm being pulled far out to sea. I hope I don't wind up in a mental institution. Chapter 47, Sneak Attack. There's so much information online about starseeds. How did I even find this webpage from all the stuff out there? This handbook is fantastic. The ebook lists different missions that are typically associated with starseeds. I fit the part of Earthworker, investigating uncontrolled hazardous waste sites for the EPA, my continuing love for gardening. And then there's this last one he says is more specialized. A dark arts practitioner, that they can redeem lost souls, that they can see and fight dark entities. They're alone, but need help against some of the more substantial dark entities. No shit, Sherlock. I could have used guidance a few times. In college terms, does that mean my major is a dark arts practitioner with a minor in earthworks? I don't know. It was the first time he had seen or read anything about fighting dark entities. This ebook talked about it, talked about what Adam had been doing. The webpage even had a section where people could chat. One of the chats spoke about an upcoming online conference for walk-ins. The description sounded like what happened to Adam after the first depression. Something came into his body. They called it a walk-in. He'd have to sign up and attend that online conference. It was 2 months away, so he had plenty of time to register. "I'm ready," Tara said, walking into the kitchen. "Me too. I was just reading about starseeds. Seems I'm a dark arts practitioner and earthworker, according to this ebook. First time I've ever run across anything about fighting dark entities. So strange," Adam said. "Oh, I forgot. Crystal wants you to go to her house and pick up her living room rug. She's giving it to Kevin. You're the only one with a truck and the strength to pick it up." "Oh, no problem. I can do it in a couple of days." "She needs it done now. She's having a new rug delivered this evening, so the old rug needs to be removed now. It can't be stored under the carpet because of the rain coming in tonight." "Oh, wait a minute. We're both dressed right now and leaving for the restaurant right now. We're supposed to meet Crystal and Kevin for all-you-can-eat shrimp at a place 45 minutes away. How am I supposed to do both these things? You're saying I need to drive to Crystal's house now, pick up her living room rug, put it in my truck, and deliver it to Kevin's house on the other side of town. That's easily going to take me 30 to 45 minutes. By the time I'll get to the restaurant, y'all be finished eating. If I say no, I'm saying no to the friends we're supposed to be eating with tonight. I can't say no when they ask for help and then go out to dinner with them instead of doing what they asked me to do." "Well, maybe you can do it tomorrow," Tara said. "But you just told me that she needs it done now because the new rug's being delivered. It can't be stored under the carpet because of the rain coming in. I don't have any option. I could have done this any time today if I'd been told sooner, but I don't have a choice now." Adam should have been able to find a solution. He liked thinking outside the box and could always find a way to make things work. But instead, this time, he was being blinded by anger. His mind was stuck, as if walls had been put around his mind. Tara had said something, but Adam could no longer hear her. He was getting angrier by the second. "Leave. Just leave. Go eat without me. It's what y'all wanted anyway. I'll move the rug just like all of y'all planned. You got what you wanted." Adam grabbed his truck keys and slammed the door on the way out. Finally made it to Crystal's. Her house was in the woods on a dead-end street. It was okay for her to leave the door unlocked until Adam arrived. He rolled up the rug, put it in his truck, locked her house door before heading toward Kevin's house. His house has an oversized enclosed garage to keep the rug out of the rain. Adam delivered the rug as anger turned to depression. His mind was walled off from everything except feeling alone once again. Even his wife didn't want him around. Adam returned home and drove around the side to park him back. He walked to the back door but didn't go inside. Instead, he sat on an ice chest on the back patio. They'd be eaten by now. They were happier without him around, figures. He preferred to stay in the background. This was the price for keeping himself hidden. He would always be paying this price. Adam looked down, seeing his hands clasped together as his arms rested on his legs. There was a spot of red on his left wrist. He must have cut himself on the truck's tailgate delivering the rug. It was close to the other scar on his wrist. This new cut was deep, but it didn't cut a vein. Drops of blood dripped on the concrete as Adam sat there watching. I have scars on both wrists and no idea how I got them. At least I'll know where I got this new scar. Adam continued to watch as blood dripped. He didn't try to stop it. That's a beautiful red color. So vibrant. So beautiful. Don't you want to see more? Another voice in my head. It's the reddest red. It glows red. So beautiful. You could see more of that beautiful red with a little more on the cut. You'd have such good dreams if you fell asleep thinking about that beautiful, vibrant red color. It's so beautiful. You want to see more. What? Suicide? No. Never suicidal thoughts again. Not after those other 2 times. Never again. Wait, this is something else. Yeah. Something else is here. Adam opened his senses, feeling his surroundings. Everything was normal, except for the black hole to his left. He turned and faced the area. His senses formed an image of a shadowy figure looking at him. There you are. He felt the figure shift. It looked straight at Adam. You're alone again. You'll always be alone. Your friends don't want you around. Your wife doesn't want you around. You're alone. You'll always be alone. It knows I can see it. It's changed attacks from suicide to being alone. Adam reached out and grabbed the entity. It struggled to get away, and Adam struggled as well. Adam poured hope, love, and joy toward the entity. It pushed back with pain, hopelessness, and fear. Adam focused on the moment to the exclusion of everything else. No thought of what the entity might be doing to him. Adam could not give an inch, because if he did, he would fall. The entity began slipping through his fingers. Adam felt weak. He couldn't hold it, and the shadowy figure slipped away. I've fought these things to a tie before, but never had one slip away. I couldn't hold it. I feel weak. It's gone now. I didn't see it coming. It blinded me with anger, walled off my mind. It was slow and stealthy. A sneak attack. It almost had me. It made a mistake bringing up suicide. I'll have to tell Tara what happened and apologize when she gets back home. There were all kinds of ways I could have done the rug and still gone out to eat. I was just blinded by anger. I'm glad I'm going to the pink house in a couple of days. It'll do me good to get back to nature. Adam walked toward the pink house from the field. It was almost noon, and he needed to get things finished to drive back home. He was still tired, even though he slept 14 hours that night after the dark entity attack a couple of days ago. The sun was out. Adam felt the warmth of the light flow into his body as he walked. It felt like his body was glowing, except around his left shoulder. He focused on that area as he walked. There's something there, inside me. It's black. So black it's reflective. It's shaped like a cone. I think it's a piece of that entity. It broke off a part of itself and stabbed me under the left arm. That's why I felt weak and couldn't hold it. I was so focused on the fight, I didn't notice it stabbed me under the left arm. God, this armor wasn't helpful at all during the conflict. Was it because the entity made a sneak attack? Is there an armor weakness under my left arm? Maybe it's not that kind of armor. Perhaps it's something else. Adam recalled something he read about starseeds, that he might be what they called an earthworker. He could feel nature all around him, feel the sunlight. Perhaps he could use that to get rid of this dark shard. Adam stopped walking. He felt the sunlight and the green of nature. He felt the healing energies of sunlight flowing through his body and onto the dark shard. The reflective surface of the fragment began dripping away like something toxic being eliminated. Drop by drop, the bit became like a piece of coal, dull and inert. Adam began walking again toward the pink house. He pictured and felt light roots start growing into the shard in his mind. Roots expand, breaking the fragment apart. He walked into the house and lay on the couch as roots pulverized the pieces into nothingness. There was only one piece left. Adam was about to send more roots of light into the shard when he felt energy swirl around him. He sat up. A tornado of energy surrounded him. It changed into two ribbons, a white strip and a black strip, rotates around him like a DNA chain. It reminded him of the two paths he had seen before he was born, a standard life path and a life path of shadow. Whoa, what's happening? Adam asked. Images and concepts flowed into Adam's mind as the energy grew around him. Finally, they suggested to Adam that he keep this final piece of the shard. It could no longer hurt him. It could help him to understand. I followed my intuition and your guidance all my life. You've always been there for me, and I'm not going to stop listening now. I'll keep it and hope to understand one day. Thank you for helping me. Thank you for being there. I'll do my best to understand. The energy dissipated. The spiraling DNA chain of black and white is gone. Things were moving so fast, and he still needed to drive home. He stood and began the standard chores before leaving. Taking out the trash would be the last thing before getting in the truck and going home. He was an hour into the drive when a song came on the radio he liked. He began humming to the tune. This had been a great trip. First, he figured out what happened in the Dark Entity fight, got rid of most of the shard. Then there was that DNA chain spiraling around him. Crazy things had happened, but he was used to crazy. He felt happy as he hummed to the song on the radio. The shard, it's vibrating as I'm humming. Adam focused on the shard as he continued humming. It was buzzing with him. Adam felt his senses being drawn away, out of the truck, out of the state, to somewhere else far away. There was the entity he had fought days earlier. The shard was still connected to it, and he was related to the fragment through the humming. Adam tightened his grip on the steering wheel as he pulled onto the shoulder of the road and stopped the truck. He could see the entity in his mind. The entity looked at Adam and smiled. Again, images and concepts flowed into Adam's mind. This time, images of family, brothers and sisters helping each other. Brother. Adam felt it before the voice in his head said it. This dark entity was his brother. It was like the other dark entities that he fought to a draw. Even the one that had crushed him. They were family, teaching him lessons. The soulless dark entities were thought forms created to teach him lessons. Adam's mind reeled and his mind opened. He had learned so much through all those fights with dark entities. He learned to use the light, love, and joy to protect himself. How to hold entities. Using what he learned from those dark entity fights to help human souls that had died and were trapped. He learned how to see, keep, and show lost souls the way home. They taught him how to retrieve souls that fought back because they didn't know they were lost. Adam learned to help dark, lost souls others wouldn't approach. They taught him the dangers of arrogance, how easy it is to fall into that trap. Some of the lessons were traumatic, but he survived and learned from them. They taught him that he could survive even when he didn't believe it himself. Concepts flowed into Adam's mind that this is how it's supposed to be. It takes these kinds of lessons for someone like him to grow, and that hopefully, one day, he will understand. Adam's mind returned to himself. He looked at the fields outside the window. They were family, teaching him lessons. It wasn't long ago that he felt like a baby just opening its eyes. Now its baby eyes had focused on family for the first time. They had been helping him all along, and he couldn't see it. He put the truck in gear and continued driving. He had human parents and siblings, but this was different. He was now 57 years old, and he felt he had opened his eyes to see family for the first time. Chapter 48. Walk in. Protect. Tara said, "I'm heading out." "Okay, have fun with Crystal running around today," Adam said. "I will. We should back late this afternoon." "I'll still be here at this Zoom conference." "Well, that conference sounds like a good way to start the new year." "Oh, I almost forgot my phone. Bye." Adam didn't know what to expect from this conference. He had never heard the term walk-in until he stumbled across it in his internet search for starseeds. Walk-ins were people who had another soul or something come into them, and their whole life changed. It sounded like what happened to him during puberty, but he was skeptical. He set up a small table next to his recliner and grabbed some snacks and a second cup of hot tea while waiting for the meeting to start. The conference was scheduled to last 3 days, and Adam was unsure if he could sit still that long as he logged in. The hostess, Sheila, introduced herself and outlined the conference. She showed a book she wrote that included stories from many speakers regarding walk-ins. There's a gallery view so the participants can see each other if their camera was activated. However, everyone except the speaker would remain muted until the end of the presentation. "It's good they can't hear me. I am nervous. There's so many people attending. Are there really that many people out there like me?" Sheila was the first speaker. Her story began when she was very ill. She was lying in bed when energy like lightning hit her. It usually happens when there's either a mental or physical trauma. The person feels that they're brand new to this world and that it's not home. You may lose some memories. For her, even the simplest tasks felt as if she had never done them before. Her eye color had changed, and her body began healing itself. She called this a soul exchange, when the original soul leaves and a new soul enters the body. These souls volunteer to come here. They want to help people wake up to a new reality involving consciousness. However, they may have difficulty relating to other people. The person getting the new soul may gain psychic abilities or increase their current skills. She continued explaining that there are other types of soul interactions. There are soul braidings and soul jumpers. Adam focused on every word. Something similar had happened to him. Then she said it. There's a thing called a soul infusion. This is when a higher version of yourself comes in and fuses with your current soul. It's two parts of yourself coming together. That's it. That's what happened to me. I've never heard anyone say it before, but it felt like a higher version of myself coming into myself. I even documented me saying that exact thing on one of my early videos, that it felt like something was coming into my body and everything changed. Everything was new. My eyes also changed color from solid brown to hazel. That's a real thing that happened. She's talking about it. How is this possible? I'm so glad that voice in my head said release videos of my experiences. If I didn't do that, I would have thought I was crazy and made it up in my own mind after hearing it at this conference, like a false memory. But I have it documented in video form. I recorded all this more than a year ago. If this is real, I wonder if everything that's happened to me is real. I need to buy her book, Walk-Ins. Adam was enthralled by every speaker. He understood what they were saying because he had lived it. He was like them. They were all here in real time, talking. He was not alone. What? This speaker says she is a first-wave starseed, not a walk-in. I'm like that and had a walk-in experience. Is it possible to be both? Wait, she's saying that she lived in a haunted house. She's seen entities all her life, and many of them were dark. One even pulled her out of bed when she was a young girl. She learned how to transmute the darkness and pain, then release it. Wow. I lived in a haunted house as a small boy and saw dark entities. Something pushed me off the top bunk of the bunk bed. The story's so like hers. Just wow. I'm back, Tara said. Already? I got caught up in this conference. I didn't realize it was so late. Did the two of you get everything done? Adam said. Yes, we ate at our favorite Italian restaurant. I got the sausage calzone as usual. Well, that sounds good. This conference has been amazing. These people are just like me. They call what happened to me during puberty a walk-in. There's another speaker that's a first-wave Starseed. She even lived in a haunted house like we did. And there's going to be a panel of all the speakers at the end. You should watch it with me. Okay, I've got to put a few things away. I did a little shopping while we're out. Tara joined Adam in the living room. He was glad she was with him, even though she didn't understand. She was more interested in the game on her tablet than what was discussed. It had always been this way, and Adam accepted it. After all, she accepted him without understanding. They were together. It was enough. Adam's mind had shut down by the end of the conference's third day. He proceeded to do household chores as the meeting continued. He could hear in the background, but his mind was still trying to process the last 2 days. There was so much information, and it was all new to him. He had never seen or heard anything like it. He was a baby just opening his eyes. I've got to make another strange happening video. All these people with similar things happening to them. I have my everyday human family, but this feels like a soul type of family. It's like I know some of them somehow. I'll do whatever it takes to protect them. Adam went to the spare bedroom and made video SH95, walk-in conference afterwards. He edited several clips together and then uploaded them to his video site. It took a couple of hours before he returned to the living room. Oh, you're still awake, Adam said, looking at Tara in the recliner on a tablet. Yeah, I can't sleep. I'm not tired either. Still kind of wound up from the conference. I'm going to see if anything's on the internet worth watching. Okay. Adam turned on the television and began streaming videos. One of the first titles on the top bar caught his attention. It was over an hour long. He wasn't tired, so he started the video. There was a lot on UFOs, but Adam didn't pay much attention. They were talking about housing some UFOs in a remote military base. Then the speaker said there was one different spacecraft. It was conscious and would move away when anyone got near. Did you hear that, Tara? No, I was on my tablet. What was it? The guy said there was a spacecraft that was conscious and would move away when other people got near. Do you remember back in our teenage years, I told you about a spacecraft I remembered piloting that was conscious? I just figured it was my over-exaggerated fantasy life. That it was like we became one when we flew. That it was like moving slightly out of this dimension when passing through solid objects. Well, I don't remember. It was long ago. I thought it was odd that this guy would talk about that. It doesn't matter. Just my crazy little world. I'm still not tired, so I'm going to keep watching. I'm not tired yet either. Tara continued playing on her tablet as Adam watched. The UFO stuff was interesting, but Adam was learning more about himself. Then the speaker said the word Starseed. That got Adam's attention. Tara, he's talking about Starseeds, and that it takes some traumas for them to develop. That they come here with a mission. Their mission's related to their job, whether they know it or not. I know I wanted to learn forgiveness in a big way while I was here, but I don't know anything else about my mission. How is my science side tied to my assignment? I'm not some brilliant scientist solving the world's problem. I don't know. Maybe it's not your job. Maybe it has something to do with your family. Like when we were younger, wanting to protect your brothers and sisters. Adam felt his mind expand. Moments in time coming together to form images. Brothers, sisters, people, the earth, protect. Adam's mouth felt open as he began to realize his mission. It's always been about protecting. Protect. That's it. Protect. It's what I've always done without thinking about it. Fighting the dark entities. Helping lost souls return home. Protecting them. Working with the EPA to clean up uncontrolled hazardous waste sites. Protecting the earth. Working in the safety department at Bell Helicopter. Protecting the people. It's always been about protecting. Memories from before he was born filled Adam's mind. 2 guards were looking at him and smiling. They never do that. Never. Oh my God. That memory from before I was born. Those 2 guards were smiling at me. Did they know? Is that why they were smiling at me? Am I supposed to be like one of them? I mean, no one's ever talked about protecting. They're all about raising their vibration or frequencies to ascend to another level. No one's mentioned anything about protecting at this conference. I've not heard anything about protecting at all. Is that a thing? You're asking the wrong person. I bet you're going to find out very soon the way things are working out for you lately. Oh, you're right. Things are moving so fast I can barely keep up. My brain's fried. How about we go to bed? I need a little sleep for my drive to the Pink House tomorrow. It's just a quick visit to check things, but it's a lot of driving. That sounds good. Chapter 49, Guardian. Adam woke a little later than usual. He wasn't in a rush to get to the Pink House. His uncle, who lived there, was keeping it warm to keep the pipes from freezing. Adam liked to check things anyway because his uncle had a stroke a while back. His uncle used a walker, but was still mobile and able to take care of himself, although his memory had gaps. The drive down was uneventful. It gave Adam time to think about the conference and the video he had seen the night before. As he reconnected the kitchen sink to the PVC drain pipe underneath it, this occupied his mind. It was the only thing that needed attention, and it wasn't long before Adam headed home. He was 30 minutes into the drive back home when his father called. Hello, this is Adam. Hey, it's your dad. Hey, what's up? I heard you went down to the Pink House yesterday. Yeah, I'm on my way back now. Can I go with you the next time you go down? You could drop me off at my sister's home in Gina. I can stay with her and you can pick me up on the way back. Is that okay? Sure, no problem. I'll probably go next weekend if you want to go then. Sounds good. I'll call you the day before to remind you and then call again before I head over to your house to pick you up. Okay, see you then. Bye. Adam hung up as he got into the main highway. This was Alla, the tiny town where he had that walk-in experience. He passed through it on the trip to and from the Pink House. He turned onto the highway and a song came on the radio. He liked it, but had never heard it before. What is this song? I really like it. The display says the song's name is The Protector Prepares? Oh, man, I gotta pull over. Adam pulled into a parking lot. He sat there listening. All this protector stuff was happening in my head last night, that my mission may be to protect. Then this odd song comes on the radio. Is that what's happening? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Seriously, this can't be real. God, I'm making too much about a song on the radio. Just crazy. Stop it. Get back on the road. Adam pulled back onto the highway, trying not to think about the song on the radio. Instead, he focused on the farmland passing by. It was peaceful. Then another song on the radio. Again, it was an orchestral song, catching his attention. Adam looked at the display and pulled off the road. He pulled out his phone, pointed the camera at the car radio display, and began recording it. I don't know what's happening. First, this song was on the radio called The Protector Prepares, and now the song playing is called Protectors of Truth. I had to pull over and document what's happening. I'm not making this up. I'm recording this live. You can see it for yourself. I don't know what's happening. Adam stopped recording and looked around in disbelief. It's been 4 days in a row of strange things happening in his life. Each day is blowing his mind. He felt he was in a state of being permanently overwhelmed. He continued driving home, never realizing the time on the clock radio was 11:11. Adam was excited. He had paid to attend a 2-hour Zoom meeting titled Visitors to a Small Planet. The speaker was talked about often in the weekly Zoom meetings he discovered through the walk-in conference. They kept mentioning his name as if he was someone with a lot of knowledge. Even though Adam was excited, he was thrown off by the title, thinking it would be something about UFOs. That was a topic he hadn't delved into, but still, Adam might learn something new. He logged into the meeting. The speaker introduced himself as John Appleton. He had a sense of humor about him. A lot of people unmuted to say hello. Some had known him for a long time. This was going to be interesting. John began by outlining what he was going to cover. All right, we're going to discuss things I've learned through my travels throughout my life. Things like the Book of Enoch and the Nag Hammadi Library. We'll talk a bit about Sophia. I also wanted to get into the portals to Earth and the guards at the portal, that they help protect the truth. I've heard stories that when a new guard is born, they live a lonely life, learning without knowing. The pieces come together only toward the later part of life, and things move very quickly for them. I'll also get into various planes of existence. Hey, if you ever see 1111 on a clock, pay attention to what's happening. It's vital and may help you realize where you come from. What the hell? Sophia? Portals? Guardians? Planes of existences? 1111 on the clock? After that video in the car? I only just realized that the time on the clock was 1111. The song Protectors of Truth playing on the radio. God, I'm freaking out. He's not talking about UFOs. He's talking about me. What's happening? I've got to get my phone and record this shit. This is going to be my 110th video. I'm doing my first reacting to his presentation. What the hell is happening? Adam knew it as the truth. John was speaking the truth. John talked about how forgiveness is the key to clearing karma. Once you remove your karma, your DNA will start activating. It may appear as electric and magnetic lines spinning around you. Oh my God. I learned to forgive everyone for everything. Then lying on the couch of the pink house, feeling that black and white strand like DNA spiraling around me. Then there's the spiraling black and white past I remember from before I was born. He's talking about it. That happened to me, and I've got it documented on video before I ever heard about it. God, I've got to record my reaction. Adam started and stopped the video so much he wondered how he would ever edit it all. There were times he was recording and not speaking. He was stunned by what he was hearing. Like the time John started talking about the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, that there were beings known as guardians. He reviewed information on portal complexes, information on indigo children, how he had fought dark entities in his past. Toward the end, he said that if you can activate enough of your DNA, you will begin to see into the astral plane, how there are darker entities in the lower astral. The upper astral is where people go when they say they are astral traveling. They know all this kind of stuff, and I'm hearing it for the first time. It feels like I'm so far behind. I don't have any of this knowledge, but it happens to me. I've documented it on video. I've been doing things through trial and error, learning without knowing. Like he said with the Guardians. The songs on the radio, the time on the clock, everything is telling me I'm a protector or guardian. But it's not possible. I've done bad things. I'm not perfect. I'm human. I'm nobody. Then there's this bit about if they get enough DNA activated, they can see into the astral. I've been seeing these dark entities and lost souls in the lower astral plane since I was a teenager. The silver sword? Using it to help lost souls and show them the way home? Seriously, that plane I see above those dark entities when I'm in the shower, is that the upper astral? God, things are moving so fast. It's too much. John closed by saying that you may be talking to your higher self when you ask for guidance. Adam's mind began to shut down. He documented in an early video that it felt like sometimes when he was talking to this higher consciousness, he was talking to a higher version of himself. Adam wasn't creating some new fantasy in his mind. He had documented it all on video. He could go back and confirm that he had experienced what John was saying. It was real. Did that mean he was a guardian? He felt this emerald green with silver armor around him. He wondered if that is why it was there. Maybe it was something to do with guardians. When he pictured himself in his mind, he was always walking in the dark, trying to be a light in the darkness. Was he a dark guardian having something to do with the emerald green color? Perhaps it was a combination of the two. A dark emerald guardian. It was too much. Adam's mind shut down. Tara, my mind is fried. I need alcohol. I'm going to the store. Do you want anything? How about some chips? Okay, I'll be back shortly. Adam's mind was blank as he drove, his body on automatic. His plan was to drink and pass out, which he did. Adam was driving back home when his father in the passenger seat. His father had come along and stayed at his sister's house while Adam spent 2 nights at the Pink House. There was always something that needed to be done. They didn't talk much during the drive. Adam could not understand his father's obsession with money and material things. It worked out because Adam could turn the radio up during the drive. There's that song again. The Protector Prepares. That's the second time I've heard this song. The radio coincidences have been happening all my life. I wonder if that other song is going to play after this one. That would be weird. The song ended, and the next song began playing. It was Protectors of Truth. It happened. That's so strange. Hearing both those songs on the way back home. Oh well, I like them both. Hopefully the good music will continue. The song ended, and the next song began playing. The display showed it as Protectors of Earth. What? Another Protector type of song? I like this group. I purchased 2 of their albums, but this song isn't on either one of them. I did that by investigating uncontrolled hazardous waste sites. I was trying to protect the Earth. How odd. God, I love this song. I need to purchase this album. I wonder what my father would think if I told him right now how the radio is speaking to me. God, that sounds crazy. That's what he would say. I'm crazy. I could probably prove it to him the way things are going right now. I could say out loud to the universe, what kind of guardian am I? I bet the next song on the radio would be a guardian song. I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it out loud. Adam began gathering his courage to talk to his father about what was happening. He was going to say it out loud. But before he could speak, the next song started. The display showed Guardians at the Gate. Seriously, how is this happening? How is this real? God, I'm glad I didn't say anything to my father. How could he believe me when I'm having difficulty believing it myself? I just want to get home and stop. It'll be nice resting in my recliner. Adam was having trouble denying what was happening as he drove. The armor, his mission to protect, the initial round of music, and now this. In between all of it, that meeting with John talking about things Adam had experienced without having any knowledge of it. It began sinking in for the remaining hour of the drive. Adam might be a guardian trying to find his way in the dark. He wondered if other guardians feel this darkness. Then there was the silver sword that came into him long ago. It was there, but not a weapon. He did not have that kind of weapon. The only weapon he ever used was love, hope, joy, light, to fight the darkness. He thought about everything that had been happening to him. It all pointed to one thing. He had been training his entire life. Training to be this. A guardian. He couldn't deny it anymore. He didn't know what it meant or why. He only knew it was true. It's who he was. He was a Starseed. A walk-in. A guardian. Chapter 50. Truth. Is this a dream? I can't change anything here like I usually do when lucid dreaming. This feels real. Adam was standing near a door in a small room. There was an older being standing near the door. He looked human, like a grandfather figure, but it felt like he was so much more. Something he couldn't understand. My time is over. You're taken over for me, and I want you to have this gift. It's the last gift I can give. It's yours now, the figure said, handing something to Adam. Thank you for the offer, but I don't want to take something from you that you might need. I'll be okay. I have everything I need already. I know. I want you to have it. It's a going-away gift. Don't argue. Oh, thank you for your generosity, Adam said, taking the gift. He wrapped it in a cloth and put it in a box on the table next to him. He looked up to see two beings walk in from the other door behind him. Adam recognized them as remote relatives. Congratulations on the new position, the first one said, walking up to Adam to shake his hand. You're going to do well, he said, patting Adam on the shoulder. The older man watched and smiled at the exchange. That's all. I just wanted to be the first one to congratulate you. I'll meet you outside when you're done here. The second one moved from Adam's side near the table and walked out as well. Unfortunately, Adam was distracted and overlooked the second one approaching his side. The older man was distracted as well. Then, realizing something, he gave Adam a look of warning. Adam opened the box on the table, and the gift was gone. The first relative had distracted them, while the second one took the gift. How could they steal? They're family. Family doesn't steal, Adam said, looking at the older man. His anger was growing. It wasn't about the gift or that it was taken from Adam. Just the fact that a relative had stolen in front of him was enough. He didn't say a word as he hurried out the door. Adam felt it as soon as the door closed. He was being summoned to a meeting. The older man had sent out a call for an emergency meeting, and his new position required him to attend. Adam opened the door and walked through. He walked directly into a secured space. It was outside. Usually they would see this location, only now it was as if the room had been moved slightly out of phase with the current dimension. Adam had never been in a space this secure before. He stopped just inside the doorway. Over 20 beings were sitting in a circle at designated spots. Adam's designated place was next to the door. He looked around. Those in attendance were all different types of beings. They were family and much older than him. He was the youngest. He recognized some of them and others he had never seen before. They were all different, but he knew that they were all family. They didn't say anything. They were waiting. This is serious. This kind of meeting only happens on the rarest and most serious occasions. Once through many lifetimes. A meeting with these family members in a location this secure? This is serious. The door opened and a tall being entered. Adam was standing facing the being, his head reaching the being's chest. It was an ancient guardian with many battle scars. One of the founders. They never attended meetings. This was serious. It's looking into me, evaluating me. Adam left himself open to the being, let it explore everything about him. He wasn't afraid. He only had respect and gratitude for everything the being had done. Adam was honored to be in his presence. It turned and stood to the other side of the door, watching the proceedings. The older man who Adam was replacing spoke first. He described what happened, the stealing of a gift by family members. A shock rippled through those listening. Then they began whispering to each other. Something similar happened to us. Members of that same family line stole an object from us that was being used to help others. It caused chaos for a short time, but eventually things returned to normal. We also had an incident with that family line. They lied to several of our family members, stirring up trouble. Eventually it was settled. The other attendees began speaking and telling their stories. They were similar. This one family line causes problems for everyone else. Problems that seem small individually, but very large when combined. The minor difficulties connected like pieces of a puzzle. The larger puzzle leads to chaos and war. This is serious, much more serious than we first thought. We must act now. Are we in agreement that this family line must be ended? We must end it now. Yes, the group said in unison. Everyone except Adam and the tall being next to him at the door. It wasn't their place to vote. They were there to act on the decision which had been made. They stood and began walking to the edge of the secured area. It would dissolve as soon as they touched it. Wait, Adam said. I'm not to participate in these decisions unless it involves me. A gift was stolen from me. I'm involved and would like to speak. The being stopped and turned. They showed no emotion but would listen. Adam had never attended one of these meetings, but he knew it wasn't just about the spoken word. Ideas and concepts would be exchanged. He had to be honest. They would see if he wasn't. Adam spoke. I understand the decision. I will help carry out that decision that is made. But I want you to know that I received a much bigger gift. A bigger gift because that little gift was stolen. All of you are coming together wanting to help. But the bigger gift is meeting all of you, seeing all my family for the first time. Adam was speaking the truth. He was overwhelmed with love for them. He would do anything to protect them. They were his family. They smiled. They would not terminate that family line. The secure area vanished. The beings left, except for the much older one next to Adam. They turned to face each other. The guardian was smiling at Adam. Adam woke, remembering everything. Was that a dream? It felt real as anything that's happened to me. It didn't feel like a dream. It felt real. I spoke the truth. They saw the truth. I will do anything to protect my family. Wait, those decisions are final. They didn't go through with it. I'm missing something. Oh, wow. Well, I think that was a test. I had no idea. I think all of it was a test. Did I pass? They smiled at me. I think I passed. He performed his morning rituals of brushing his teeth, making hot tea, and feeding the cats. He also checked for texts and emails. Tara, do you remember that Zoom meeting I attended called Visitors to a Small Planet? This guy named John was the speaker, and I got so excited I videotaped a reaction. Yeah, you sent John an email wanting to be included in his mentorship program if he ever had an opening. He sent me an email. One of his students had to drop out due to family obligations. John accepted me into the program. That's crazy. I'll have to tell him that he's working with a blank slate. I don't know anything from anything. It's so weird how things work out sometimes. All these coincidences. Things are moving so fast. I hope I don't hit a brick wall or something. Well, when do you start? This Sunday. We're going to meet through Zoom calls on Sunday evenings. At my Zoom meeting with John last week, we completed a technique that was supposed to reveal a personal symbol. The symbol that appeared to me instantly was that same silver sword that occurred when I was a teenager. It's always been there. I can't tell him it came to me when I was a teenager. He'll think I'm crazy because a sword's a weapon, not a symbol. We've been doing these meetings weekly for months, and I still can't tell him that I've been recording videos of my experiences. How can I tell him that I recorded a video telling how I linked my heart to the earth long before he went over that technique? How can I tell him I was creating bubbles of light around myself long before he told me about that technique? He'll think I'm arrogant. I don't want to fall into that arrogance trap again. I wish he knew just how much I understand what he's saying. Adam opened his tablet and logged into the meeting with his mentor. Hello, John. Hello, Adam. How are you? Everything's good here. Last week, we did that technique where you were supposed to get a personal symbol. Did you receive an image or guidance leading you to that symbol? You don't have to tell me your symbol. I was just curious if anything happened. I don't mind telling you, although you're going to think I'm crazy. It's a silver sword. It came inside me, point facing downward with the hilt through my shoulders and head. I know it's a sword, but it's not a weapon. John was excited. What? A silver sword? Yeah, but it's not a weapon. Right. It's a symbol. It's not a weapon. That's one of the techniques we haven't even gone over yet. Well, you're not serious. You're joking, right? No, I'm serious. You know all that material I had you print out is in the big binder of techniques. I know you're not jumping ahead, but I want you to jump ahead with 3 techniques this time. Open it and look. Adam pulled the binder off the bookshelf. He never opened it. He preferred to let John go over the material. After the mentorship, Adam could use the binder as a reference. He never jumped forward. You're right. There it is, in black and white. The technique with the silver sword. It says something about comfort. Yes, that symbol is used when visualizing comfort for yourself or another. I've noticed that about you when doing these techniques. You really understand the material. It's second nature to you. Oh my God, it's real. This is another thing that's real. I want to deny it, but I can't. How is all this real? God, if this is real, does that mean every crazy thing in my life is real? Stop it. Stop it. Focus. Oh, what are we doing tonight? We're going to work on a higher plane of existence. We'll be using the heart chakra at some points during the technique. You may feel energy cover your body. You may see this energy as sparkling green crystals around you with some silver interlaced between them. Wait, sparkling green crystals with silver? That happened to me a while back during a drive to the Pink House. I even recorded a video talking about this exact thing. I'll send you a link to the video. Okay, I'll check it out. Cat's out of the bag. Told him about the videos. Don't think he believes me. Maybe he shouldn't believe me. I'm even having a hard time believing it. A lot is dealing with emerald green, like the emerald tablets of thought. The author of The Wizard of Oz also knew some of this. Did you know the ruby slippers were silver in the original books? Silver slippers on the way to the Emerald City? They were changed because color in movies had been introduced and ruby slippers would make a bigger impact on the screen. There's also something I heard in a presentation about a group of beings related to the emerald color that gave a gift to humans but were betrayed by one of their own kind. The gift was stolen. I'm getting off track again. Let's get back to the techniques for today. That dream from last night, that wasn't a dream. That's it. It felt real. It was real. Everything in my life is pointing to this. I'm confirming it to myself through video documentation. I'm a new guardian. It goes beyond being human, beyond space and time. It can't be real. Yet I know it's real. Adam's session with John ended. This time was different. John had confirmed much of what had already happened to Adam. It was there in the techniques they were covering. It was there in ancient writings. Adam's crazy little world was real. It was all real. He woke around 3 in the morning as usual. Images and concepts flowed through his head. People only saw a reflection when they looked at him. They see a reflection of the physical world, but he was so much more than that. They were so much more than their human reflection. They were family, just as the beings he saw were members of their non-human families. The human and non-human families were pieces of the family puzzle. They were all family. They were all connected to this universal waveform Adam had seen. All are related to universal consciousness, a small piece of the whole, a living expression of universal consciousness, here to have the experience. That's the truth that needs to be protected. We are all part of that universal consciousness, the dark and the light. That's funny, that religious saying, I am that I am. But that's just it, isn't it? You are everything you see. You are. If only other people could say those words out loud to themselves. It's all just me. Just me.